right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. Right here, we are joined by Salt Lake City, Utah's finest. That's right, we got Pirates of the Promised Land right here, live on the radio station airwaves. How are you? How are you three amazing individuals doing this fine Saturday night?
Well, we are just doing fantastic, my friend. How are you doing?
Doing best I can possibly be down here in Canada. It was a gloomy day, but we're slowly getting ourselves into that summer weather, so I really can't complain. We're getting
Nice,
rid of that winter and almost got rid of the rain soon.
nice.
The same here. It was snowing just a couple days ago, and it's finally nice today. So hopefully it's actually nice.
Well, I gotta say, I have nothing but respect for you guys. You're an amazing band, but I do have to say, with all due respect, you can keep that snow way out there in Utah. We don't want it. But I know, obviously, you guys came here to talk about your music, so I'm going to kick things off. I'm not going to take you away from your evening too long, but I got to take you back to the beginning of this amazing three-piece punk rock band. I have to ask, what is the story behind Pirates of the Promised Land? Like, how did you three actually first come together as one to form this band? Because when you put on a Pirates of the Promised Land record, you can hear your guys' chemistry. You guys really do go together very well.
Well, and that's a lot of that is legitimately kind of coincidence, as far as the chemistry we have playing together. But we were actually reflecting about this a little bit just last night. We had a show and we were, kind of riding the high after the show. We're like, man, this has just been so fun. And really, it started off. I met Chris. We both played a separate act at the same show, and I played a little acoustic show, and he played some guitar with one of our friends' bands. And I had wanted to get a group together with two singer-songwriters. That was really important to me, to get something with harmonic vocals and two different songwriting styles. And I saw Chris play and sing, and it's going to sound cheesy, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's the one. I kind of locked it away and kind of held on to his contact information for a while. And then with Anna, it was just a matter of putting out an ad on our local little news website here for classifieds and stuff like that, just saying I was looking for a drummer. It was probably a little bit creepy. I said, hey, come play music in my basement. And she was like, okay, cool.
Now survival instincts.
Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, really,
That could have been one. I'm just saying that could have went one or two ways. Obviously, it went the positive way, or it could have went more Silence of the Lambs, like it puts the lotion on the skin type stuff. But I'm happy to. I'm glad to hear that it went the positive way.
And let's not be mistaken. Steve totally has like a gross torture pit in his.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's not for music.
It's for storage.
Yeah,
it's for storage mostly.
Has nothing to do with the band. It's just there.
But I would say, yeah, the entire thing was pretty serendipitous in terms of us coming together and us having the chemistry that we have. If I'm being totally honest, like day one, it felt like a good fit.
Oh, yeah.
Like there wasn't much to hammer out. And as we've progressed through these last couple of years together, things have gotten easier and easier in terms of just gelling and understanding what each of us brings to the table and understanding what we want out of this. And it's been fantastic. When Steve reached out to me, I was kind of in that headspace of like, man, I want to play music more. And it was just like as soon as I had that thought, that's when I got the message from him. I was like, perfect.
It was the Lord. It was the Lord just working through his Holy Spirit, just guiding us together.
I was about to say before all of that, it was kind of the same as Chris was just saying. For me, I was in another local band here. We hadn't really gotten very far, weren't playing any shows or anything, and I was just kind of reaching the point where I was like, I kind of want to start looking around for what else is out there and some other bands, and I just stumbled across Steve's creepy Craigslist ad. I liked what it said, and I was like, I like these bands that he put in there, so I reached out to him, and he didn't respond back to me for a while.
I was out of town.
Times did you actually respond to the ad? Was it just once and then you left, or how many times did you actually like try to be like, yo, like I'm actually interested in this ad? Like, how many times did you actually reach out to him?
Well, yeah, it was the one email.
One.
It was just it sat for 10 days and I felt bad. I finally checked my email. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, whoops. So yeah, it was just the one email. Yeah.
Luckily, Anna's very patient. So.
This is April 23rd of 2022. You guys actually took the stage at a venue called a bar named Sue, where you joined Racist Kramer for their In Redemption vinyl release show. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get connected with Kramer? And of course, what was it like just sharing the stage with them? Because Racist Kramer is just such a phenomenal band.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they are fantastic. So we have actually known them for a long time. He and their lead guitarist have been friends for over a decade. Yeah, I mean it's
Almost 2 decades. Yeah, we met Grayson, their lead guitarist,
Yeah.
and I met in college when we were 18. So we've known each other for 21 years now. He joined Racist Kramer, I believe it was like 12 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
You look at me and I wasn't even here yet.
He wasn't even born yet, so it was. No, but yeah, Grayson and I. He's one of my best friends, and they were very generous in their lead singer CJ. Has been integral in a lot of our recordings. He's
Yes,
been doing a lot of our DIY recordings that have turned out fantastic. So, like in the song "They Left a Long Time Ago," he recorded that, and it turned out excellent. But yeah, their band has always kind of like been like our big brother, and they've always looked after us. And they figured, hey, what a great opportunity to bring you guys in for your first show. And that was our first show, right?
No,
Yeah.
Friendsmas was
Friends.
Friendsmas was our first show.
But that was our first Pirates
Yes.
show. But yeah, they are phenomenal human beings. We love every one of them, and their music. For those of you who are listening, if you've not listened to Racist Kramer before, highly recommend. In Redemption is a phenomenal album.
Yes,
Mhm.
immensely talented musicians.
Yeah.
Agree. In Redemption, such a killer record. One thing I would really love is I do know a lot of punk rock bands, and I notice it's starting to be a thing again as well. Is when not one but two bands actually come together to release like a split 7-inch. Do you guys think you'd ever consider doing that with Racist Kramer? Because I think both of your guys' music, your music on one side, Racist Kramer on the other, would honestly fly off the shelves and just sell like hotcakes.
Yeah,
Hell
100%,
I
yeah.
think that would be awesome.
We are definitely open to it. It's that, it's again, it's that little brother kind of thing where it's like, hey, you guys want to play? And they're like, no, you guys. But that'll be if you actually listen to the recordings that CJ did. His vocals are on some of our
There are
tracks,
a couple of them, yep.
so you can probably hear a little familiar CJ vocal in the back for sure. But yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah, that'd be a
split.
blast.
Yeah, that would be an awesome idea.
Releasing the little brother thing, I gotta say, sometimes the little brother gets so big that the big brother just wants to be around as much as possible. So see, young, so trust me, you guys are doing amazing things for only being around for a couple years. So I can only imagine what you guys are actually gonna do in a couple more years because you guys are gonna take over.
Well,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. It means a lot,
It
man.
means a ton.
You're what are you buttering us up? This is just the most flat. Can we do an interview every day?
Hey, I mean, we could definitely try. I mean, I do go to college, so I mean, we might have to do it super late at night when I'm not in class, but we can make it happen.
Steve won't be here.
Like that works for two of us.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
one
man.
has an old man schedule.
Boy, the gray and the beard. I was gonna say, don't be fooled by the gray and the beard. No, it's legit. Like I'm in bed super early. I got to be up early to yell at the kids to get off my lawn, and like I got a whole old man schedule ahead of me. So.
He eats dinner at 4:30.
Hands just whip at him through like a boomerang and be like, "Get off my lawn, asshole." But no, I'm the complete opposite. I go to bed late and get up early, and by the time it hits Friday, I'm just like, like I'm just gone. So that's pretty much my schedule. But I wish I could go to bed at like 7:30 at night because that sounds like heaven to me.
Sleep sounds good.
But
Just sleep in
But
general.
also as well, December 13th of 2022, Pirates of the Promised Land actually released a phenomenal single titled "They Left a Long Time Ago." I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this earlier released single within your guys' band history, and of course, is it actually still out there to be streamed today?
Yes, it is still out there to be streamed today, and I feel so blessed to have like managed to record that with CJ from Racist Kramer. He was the one who recorded us and edited us and did everything short of mastering. We just did that in his room in his basement, and that track. That's a lot of our tracks. If you listen to our local content, a lot of the stuff that we write is very for his like fun and boppy as the songs are, a lot of lyrical context.
Very
Pretty,
melancholy.
it's pretty melancholy, pretty dark stuff, but we try to make it fun. But that track was kind of rattling around my head for a while. And the lyrics are, you know, they pertain to some personal stuff that I went through, but it was the way that it turned out and the willingness, because I knew that when we got together initially, we wanted to do a lot of pop punk stuff and kind of be like really kind of upbeat and quick, but then their willingness to adopt some of my darker melodies and less happy-go-lucky feeling stuff was amazing, because one thing I love about these two is we never like poo-poo our ideas. Nobody shoots down anything else. We just say, that's a great idea. Let's try it and see what we can do with it. And that was one of those tracks that kind of helped us develop that two-tone, I feel like, kind of.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. That was the first, you know, and that was one of our first tracks anyway, but it was definitely the first track that I feel like we found what the pirate style was going to be, because it was the first track where we had it, and he wrote the lyrics for it. But it was the first one where I'm like, we can both sing. Like, let's both sing. And I think from that track on, I'm trying to think of something that we've written on our own. I think every track we've written since then it's been co-written. The lyrics have been, and some of the music. I mean, so it was the first track in hindsight that was like the Pirates doing pirate things. So that was cool to look back in hindsight. That was us finding our style, which was really cool.
Well, that's honestly one of my favorite songs that you guys actually happen to release. I do know you guys have a brand new EP as well. We're going to get into that. Which I got to say, I love the EP as well, but I got to say that you can really tell in this song that this is a song where you guys found your style, where you guys found that chemistry and coincided with one another, man. Like this song is absolutely great in my opinion.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And I think it's a lot of people's songs. Everyone always really gets into that one when we play it live.
And also as well, October 2023 in South Murray, Utah, you guys had the opportunity to open up a legendary punk rock band, Urethane. Looking back last year, I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about that opportunity. And of course, did you guys get the opportunity to kick it with them before or after the show? Because that's a huge accomplishment for any fellow punk rock band like yourselves.
That was an amazing opportunity. We were really stoked to get that. Another local band that we've done a lot with and that we kind of have a similar relationship to is with Racist Kramer is Hi-Fi Murder. And they've really looked out for us a lot with a lot of different show opportunities as well. And so they're the ones who reached out to us to see if we wanted to get on the Urethane show. And we were so stoked because I loved Urethane already before we had the show. Steve Caballero was one of my heroes. I loved like skateboarding and all of that growing up. And so it was just an amazing show, an amazing opportunity. And we did get the chance to hang out and talk to them for a little bit after the show. Got to take some pictures, got to say hi and everything. And those guys are just so nice. They're super down to earth. They're super nice. I don't know.
Just
It was
really
one of my favorite shows.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's flattering getting to a point. And when you first start as a band, you know, sometimes it's frustrating because you feel like you're not really playing a lot of shows, but you know, you're still trying to make a name for yourself. So that one, it was really flattering, you know, to have Hi-Fi reach out and be like, hey, do you guys want to be a part of this show? Which was, I mean, of course, it's an awesome show. So it was an honor to you know, even just be invited and then participate in that. But it's really rad crew, man. Urethane was really, really cool. Just super awesome.
My only complaint about that show was that we were the only ones wearing Halloween costumes. It was a Halloween show, and we were the only three that showed up in costume. Nobody else was wearing costumes, but we kept them on. And we played in our costumes.
We looked so sexy. So
I love our costumes. It doesn't matter that no one else is wearing them.
So what Halloween costumes were you guys actually wearing on stage? Did you guys actually go, were all your Halloween costumes coinciding with one another, or did you all show up with a different theme?
So here's a fun thing, and this is something we don't really talk about. It's kind of in the band bio, kind of as a blur, but we have stage names, and we never really talk about it. But when we first got together, we're like, okay, we're going to be Pirates of the Promised Land. We need to have like piratey stage names. And so we kind of went with that theme for the pirate show. And like my mind is Captain Steve McFilthy. So I had a captain, like the red captain coat and the tri-tip hat, and then Chris and Anna kind of went with their stage names and stuff. So we tried to stay with our stage persona, you know.
Well, I was like,
my stage persona is Sharky, so I was wearing my shark costume, and this is first mate Anaphylaxis.
I'm the first mate, and I will say I was supposed to wear something a little more piratey, but I was just so excited to be playing a Halloween show that I was like, I'm gonna wear a skeleton onesie, and it's gonna be awesome. So that's what I ended up going with, was a skeleton suit.
I know you just mentioned you don't really talk about this, so obviously you can actually skip the question if you guys want to keep it just by just a blurb in the band bio. But I have to ask because I do know, obviously, I'm pretty sure your fans are watching, obviously, and they kind of want to know too, like, how did you guys come up with these names, and of course, what actually made you guys originally decide as well to just make pirate names? I mean, obviously, Pirates of the Promised Land, it makes sense too, but what's the story behind like the actual nicknames?
Oh, it's a lot of beer.
Mine, I picked mine out specifically for a friend of mine. I have a friend who's a super gifted author, Emily R. King. She wrote the 100th Queen series, and she is a huge fan of sharks. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick a name that she likes, just because it was fun and I liked it. It was I can't do like super serious names and stuff. So Sharky was kind of cute, and because when I stand on stage, I'm an incredibly bulky, menacing presence. As you can tell, I weigh about 450 pounds all muscle. And I figure if I just have a cute little name to offset the terror, then people will stay close to the front row.
I wanted to do something with like the Blackbeard, so I wanted to do a Captain something. And I don't know, McFilthy is, I don't know.
I don't even know where that came from, or you were,
from. I think it's fun to put Nick in front of just about anything. So it was just McFilthy. It just sounded cool. So,
And I think I was like, well, I want to be first mate. I think that's what that came about, was solely because I wanted to be first mate. And then you came up with the Phylaxis part, because it was like, you were like, your name's Anna. Let's go Anaphylaxis. So I was like, okay. That sounds way more cooler and edgier than I am, but that sounds good.
It's such a good pump name. Anaphylaxis? Are you kidding me?
I think that's catchy. It definitely sounds like that name was thought out when you were just filthy drunk and you're like, I'm Steve McFilthy. I definitely love every aspect of those names. I really think it makes your guys' band very unique as well.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And it's funny
But
because
also
we
as
have
well,
the
April
pirate
5th
theme
of
and
2024. Oh, my apologies. There was a little bit of delay there. My apologies on that.
yeah,
No, you're good. You can go on.
On April 5th of 2024, you guys actually released your brand new EP titled Porthole Privateers. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us the story behind this amazing EP. And of course, are there any hard copies available today? And if so, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy right here, right now?
Well, the short answer to the hard copies question is no.
But it is in the works.
Yeah. We're currently trying to figure out the best way to get. Well, we've done polls to see what medium would sell best, what people are most interested in. So CDs or vinyls. We'll probably end up just doing some CDs.
I think CDs are going to be the most economic for us at this point.
We are poor, so buying a clutch of vinyls is not always on the table for us. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, we'll probably pump out some CDs, and as soon as we have those out and ready to go, we'll make sure that those are available on our Instagram page, linked and everything, so that way they're easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of the first part of the question, what was the first part of the question? I'm sorry.
Story of the EP.
Oh, yeah.
Good. There's the story behind it type thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was, we had 2 singles out, and we kind of went through a songwriting tear. We were just cranking out some really good new songs. We're like, well, we got to get this stuff streaming. And it was, we picked 3 of our favorite newer songs, and that was those are the ones we decided to go and go ahead and make those the next to be on deck to stream. So it was really just, 3 of our personal favorites that, newer stuff for us. But it was just a matter of wanting to get more stuff out and increase our bandwidth on Spotify, I guess. But
our discography.
Yeah, discography. Yeah,
our songs. Yeah.
I have to ask, what is next for Pirates of the Promised Land? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview? Anything else you three still want to touch on, talk about, or promote? I do know last night you guys just had a stellar performance at Kamikaze's House of Rock as well. So if there is any shows that you guys have coming up, definitely let us know about it. Any new music and anything else I missed, you guys definitely have the time to talk about it and promote it.
Well, a full length album is definitely on deck. I don't know that it's gonna be started before the year's over, but it's coming.
The music is essentially written already.
Yeah.
It's just finding time to get into the studio and get everything recorded. But yes, full length will be on its way. I'm assuming 2025.
Yeah.
And then in terms of upcoming shows, we've got one in Denver that's coming up.
So July 19th, we'll be at East Fax Tap in Denver. We're actually getting to go out there with Racist Kramer, Fail to Follow, so 2 local Salt Lake bands, and then the Frikashinas, a Denver band. So we're super excited about that. And then locally, next month, we've got a couple shows coming up around the valley. One with one of our favorite local bands, Murphy and the Giants, is coming up on June 15th, which it'll be our first time playing with them, and we're super excited for that.
And we have an all ages show, our first all ages show coming up in Murray at what's the name of
the Pearl on Main.
Yeah.
Pearl on Main, and that one's on June
22nd.
June 22nd. So we're excited. Punk has, youth is such an integral part of punk rock. So being able to play a show where some of the younger kids can come and kind of listen to some of the old timers play a little bit of punk rock is critical to keep the genre going. So we're excited for that. But we've got, just a lot of work to do. And we're enjoying every minute of it, and we're enjoying every opportunity that we get, and we're loving being able to talk to folks like you who are helping to propagate the genre. You're doing punk God's work, my friend, and we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you three as well. Honestly, I'll do it for the love of punk rock. I grew up loving punk rock. Honestly, I'm not that talented of a musician. I know punk rock is just doing it. It doesn't matter if you sound good, but there's a fine line between not sounding good and just like, oh my God, put the fucking guitar down. I'm at that level of put the damn guitar down. There's no way it's going to happen. So I just spin the music and I talk to amazing individuals like yourself. You can still give back without corrupting the genre. I mean, at the end of the day, if I was to play music, you'd be like, dude, just no, please stop. There's punk rock, and then there's just like, oh my God, like, yeah, someone needs to tell you. I tried it before. I can't play guitar worth crap. I can't even play one chord. So now I just spin the music.
Well, you know what they say: if you can't play guitar, just play bass.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got a lot of feelings.
Yeah, come on, Chris. Bassists have feelings too.
He's a better guitar player than I am.
First and foremost, guys, thank you so much for giving not only myself but the radio station airways a bit of your time. Before we part ways quickly, how do we go about following you on social media? Obviously, I know how to follow you guys, but for the people down here in Canada that might just be discovering Salt Lake City's finest, how do they go about following your music journey and everything you three have coming up?
So we're on. I was gonna say all the social media platforms, but then I just remembered we're not on TikTok. I've not taken the time to figure that out yet. But we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We really try to kind of keep everything updated with everything that we've got going on. We've got like we were saying, shows in the works, new music that's going to be coming out sometime soon. Hopefully some music videos and some hard copies of music, and
new merch.
Yes, we're working on that.
Yep.
Right.
And Instagram handle is It's easy to find. It's just Pirates of the Promised Land. Same on Facebook. Just just search for the band.
Yeah,
you
and
find
look for our smiling faces.
Again, thank you all so much for your time here this Saturday evening. It was such an honor speaking with all three of you. Definitely looking forward to hearing what's next for you guys and just following your guys' music journey. Anything you need radio-wise, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you guys so much, and definitely have yourselves a phenomenal Saturday night, and of course, a killer weekend
man.
as well.
You as
Yeah,
well.
you too. Thank
And
you.
thank you so much.
And
Well,
remember, we are the Pirates of the Promised Land. We are your friends.
and by God, we always will be.
I appreciate that, guys. Definitely have yourself a phenomenal night. We shall talk. We shall chat soon.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you too.
See you later.
See ya.